COVID-19 has really changed the game. The way students used to learn in the past by going to teachers in the school, that has totally transformed and shifted. And today's episode is about how to make that game better, bigger, and smarter. Because how the students need to engage with teachers, and the engagement of students should be there. That is the episode is all about today. Because I have today with me Ratna Rao. She's a storyteller and educationist. She's a storyteller and teacher by heart, and this is author transformation stories series. And in this series we talk about certain authors who have written their book, published their book, and in the process of writing, publishing, they have seen some kind of transformation. So I'll be keeping on coming with more such stories and episodes. So if you are new to this channel, just hit subscribe button and push the bell button so that you can get all notifications later when it comes. So welcome, Ratna, to the episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Ratna is a teacher, as a teacher by heart, as I told, and she's a storyteller. She has experience of working in the schools, and she has worked in the corporate, in the e-learning, animation departments, etc. She is now a trained the teacher faculty, and she's enjoying all this learning. And she has come out with the book, Teaching Online. Can you show the book, Ratna?
Yeah. Teaching
Yes,
online, practical examples. That's the name.
absolutely. Wonderful book, wonderful cover. So
Thank
today
you.
today we'll be talking to Ratna about her book, as to what the journey was into the book, as well as how, she's also writing a next book as well. So welcome, Ratna, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's start this episode. So Ratna, I think let's start the discussion by learning about your journey, about this whole journey of life, and how ultimately it culminated into becoming an author and publishing yourself. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My journey of life began in Calcutta. I grew up in Calcutta, so I have a lot of the Calcutta culture in me. I
Yes.
have books in my drawing room. I love sweets. I listen to a lot of music. So that's my upbringing in the school days.
Right.
After that, my adult life has been in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
My career, I started a little late. I started as a school teacher. I worked, the first day I walked into school, I loved it. I fell in love with the profession.
Really.
I fell in love with the noise, the confusion, the energy, the chalk dust. I think I like everything about school.
Wonderful.
So I just fell in love with this profession.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I worked in a school for teaching high school kids for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then computers happened, and that was the next excitement.
Really.
And so I joined the e-learning industry.
Mm.
I started working in the corporate sector.
Wonderful.
So we are actually manufacturing animations for textbooks, for
Right.
difficult concepts in textbooks. So
Right.
that was what we were doing.
Right.
And it was fun. That was a big learning curve also for me. But I was still in the field of education, but in a different dimension.
Yes.
After that, I continued my journey in the field of education. But
Yes.
again, in a third dimension, I became teacher trainer. So I freelance. So I am invited to conduct workshops, and that is what I do. I do workshops for teachers. So that is
Wonderful.
my journey. Yes.
What a journey. Wonderful. I mean, you have seen various dimensions of teaching in the
Yes.
schools, going to corporate, doing e-learnings, because students learn by different means, and fun-based learning, game-based learning is the way to go. So that's what you did.
Yes.
And now
Yes.
again in that train the teacher and as a
Yes.
that stuff. So how this whole journey, and then coming to this book, what was the trigger point or the motivation, which I could say, for writing this book and publishing this book on your own? Have you ever thought about this in the past? Was it for a long time in your mind, or like it just came up recently and you published the book? Say that, talk about that.
Okay. See, writing, words, reading is very much a part of teacher's job.
Yes.
We can read upside down, inside out. We are very good at. We are always reading.
Absolutely.
And reading has been a part of my life, and books have been a part of my life. So whenever I went to a bookshop, actually I had the dream that one day one of these books will have my name.
Yes.
But that dream, it was not a concrete dream. I never worked towards the dream. It was one of those, oh, I must climb a mountain one day kind of a dream.
Yes.
I never thought about it, but it has always been there in the back of my head.
Right.
And then pandemic happened, and I'm at home. So my children are abroad, so I couldn't go there, and I couldn't do my workshops. I'm also a part of the Rotary and the Inner Wheel, and that also was not happening.
Yes.
Because Inner Wheel clubs where we could not meet, we could not do our projects, we could do it only on Zoom. So now I'm at home, and I happened to click on your link, and somehow I there's something attracted me, some honesty attracted me there, and I decided to join. And from then, publishing was just a step away. So that's what triggered the publishing.
Yes. So when did you join Author Freedom Hub?
July, end of July, actually.
Okay.
So August and September, I slept, I think. And then
you thought you made some random decision and maybe you should do it or not. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't believe. I didn't believe that I could write. I didn't believe that I could publish.
Yes.
It was just something that I was thinking. It had you pushed me out of my my sleep, my slumber,
Okay.
and and then I started writing, and then now I have so many things that I want to write about. So
wonderful. So I mean, Dalai Lama said that if one door closes to you, then many doors open for you. And see, this corona has done a lot of disaster in the world. But on the other hand, there are some good things happen in the world because connections improved. People learned how to stay at home. People learned to stay with themselves. And in this corona age itself, so many people thought of writing the books. I had discussion with another author in the community, Apoorv. He also started writing the book in this corona age. So that's a blessing in disguise for many people. So now tell Ratna, how does feeling of I mean, as you said rightly, teachers are readers and teachers are playing with the words all the time. But publishing is something different. Had you ever thought of that you would be a publisher of your book?
No. I was always thinking of traditional publishing, and difficult route it is because they ask you who's your agent, and then this doesn't fit into the genre, and something is always there. And no, I had not thought of publishing myself. I didn't know I could do it. And it was a learning. It was a great learning.
How was the learning? Like it was, I mean, anybody who's thinking, who is a writer who could write, can they publish with little bit learning, or it's a very hard learning curve? Tell the audience so that they could know about this thing. Publishing is easy or moderate or very difficult?
I don't say it is easy. Every learning, it depends on the learner, the attitude to learning, actually.
Yes.
Because it is, I mean, for someone who is, I am very tech savvy. I have worked in computers. I love computers. So
right.
My experience is different. Publishing was easy for me. So writing, publishing, PDF, all those words and all those terms, I know them. I know how to click and how to do such things. So that was not a difficult thing. But for someone for whom Word doc itself is new, yes, it is a learning curve. It is a challenge. But if you're prepared for it, you are there to hold hand. No, you do it.
Yes. If you're committed to learn, then things become possible.
You can do it. There is so much information on the internet. It is possible to learn and do. But we need to be accepting.
And recently your book was showing as a number one new release in some category, right?
Yes, it was a number one, and that was great to it's wonderful to share that with family. So
Yes, amazing. So now let's shift the gears a little bit. Let's now audience enrich by your experience of such a enriched life of training the teachers and doing all this stuff in teaching area. So tell something about your book and tell some value nuggets to people about teaching online. How you think that student and teacher can better engage, and what is the role of parenting in that whole environment? So talk about that, and then we'll talk about your book a little bit. Yes, go ahead, please.
For me, I firmly believe that the primary, middle, and a little bit of the high school, that children of that age, you can teach them a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, how to face life. Going further, it is not content, but social skills, being able to persevere, to stay at the job, to move with people, to understand, to listen. All this is, and to think differently, to say what you're thinking, to agree to disagree. All these are very important part of adult life today. And I think the training ground should be the young age. That is when you can train them.
Absolutely.
And I'm very much invested in that age group. I like that age group.
Yes.
And I think teachers who teach that age group and parents who have kids of that age group, I'm very much involved in that segment.
Wonderful.
And I think teachers have a great role to play. In fact, when I'm talking of a teacher who has this kind of influence, I'm sure you are also thinking of your teacher.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely, yes.
Where you all, I mean, the relationship between a student and a teacher, especially at a young age,
Absolutely,
is
yes.
very strong. And
Yes.
Students love their teachers, and your teachers can really make an impact. And I think that a teacher should do that. And my book, Online Teaching, tells you how you can do that, even if you're just on camera.
Yeah, show the subtitle, please. Strategies to help you transform. Yes. Strategies to help you transform.
Your
Wonderful.
student engagement and well-being.
Absolutely.
So student engagement, yes, teachers do because they are teaching, but well-being is also something I'm very particular about. And this book tells you how. How you can do it through camera.
Because technology is made by the human being, but human connection happens at energy level at the universe. So now we are not in the classroom. Definitely we are connecting our physically of seeing each other, there are different kind of vibe, but on camera engaging with a student is something which is a skill. So you have told all that stuff in your book, right?
Yes.
So can you
I have also done online teaching. I have actually taught 5, 6, 7 schools at the same time from a studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I do such workshops. So the book has a lot of personal experiences and little anecdotes which will make you laugh actually, because I have listed all the things that I've done wrong also. So, that's what the book is about. So how you learn from others' learnings. I mean, you don't have to make all the mistakes yourself, right?
Wonderful. So you are saying that, there is a wonderful saying that if a building has to be strong, its foundation has to be very strong. So children, the formative age is really the stepping stone for anybody's success. So you are doing a wonderful job in terms of training the teachers how to engage with the students, how to build a better relationship so that learning goes deeper into students' minds at the early age, right?
Yes, learning and I think social skills. Yes,
social skills, both of them work together.
Yes.
Wonderful. So great to know about your book. So this book is primarily who is the real target audience for this book? I mean, it should be only for teachers, or parents should also be getting.
This book is for teachers.
For teachers only. Okay.
This book is for teachers. I have another book for parents, which is my forthcoming book.
Oh, wonderful.
It's called 76 Little Games. And it is how a parent can engage with the child to make them think better, work, express better, think differently, sometimes express their emotions, learn their emotions, learn to face their emotions. Wonderful. Even parents understand that, oh, this child is growing up, she knows so many different things. So my next book is for parents, teachers, anybody in that segment. Yes.
Wonderful. So now let's talk about something about, every journey we have and the destination we reach, there are certain lessons, certain challenges we face in the journey, and then there are certain breakthroughs which we have. So now this interview is also to look for those breakthroughs. So you, in your journey of writing and publishing a book and getting some success with the book, what kind of challenges you faced and what kind of breakthroughs you had in the journey, in your process, in personal level, at professional level, whatever little or big breakthroughs you have, just talk about them so that readers, so that watchers of this video, they should get a feel that, okay, if Ratna can do it, then I can do it. So if anyone can do it, that anyone can do it. That's a wonderful quote. Yes. So tell us about your breakthroughs, tell about your challenges, how did you handle them? And in the writing process, in the publishing, because when you select a topic, then you write, there are a lot of days, low days, high days. How did you manage all that stuff, and how did finally you publish, and what kind of challenges, breakthroughs? So let's talk about that.
Yeah. breakthrough, I would like to put it in two ways. Okay.
Sure.
Two breakthroughs and
Two
challenge, one challenge.
Sure. Great.
So the breakthrough is one that I wrote the book and I published it, and I sort of achieved something that I did not think I would do. Okay.
Wonderful.
So, and I did it mostly, I can say, like, of course, I went through your guidance and the weekly sessions and all that, but I didn't have to ask anybody. I could just do it on my own, and that felt strong. That felt good. So yeah, I could do it on my own. So that was good. And the second breakthrough is, it's very easy to impress the world, but to get a wow from your grandchildren is a very difficult thing.
Yes.
And I got a wow from my grandchildren, and
Amazing.
that was an amazing experience.
Amazing.
I have one of my granddaughters. She has decided to become an author. She is 9 years old, and she says that she wants to be an author. She has started writing books, and she has written 9 chapters in a book of hers.
Oh, really? That's wonderful.
Yes. So I think that is also a breakthrough for me.
Absolutely, yes. It's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, audience, listen, look at this. See, people sometimes are not able to compile all the thoughts in the mind, and putting the book in the form of a book, putting the all thoughts in the form of book in a structured way, and then publishing it. Of course, these are really good milestones. Publishing it is a big milestone. Even writing and completing a book is a big milestone. So yeah, Ratna, you achieved that. That's a breakthrough. And getting wow from the younger generation who thinks that they are super smart than the old elders, it is a very good feeling. Yes, amazing. So yes,
so I'll tell you my challenge.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge for me is marketing. I'm an impossible marketer. I don't know how to sell anything to anybody. Okay. So,
but you're very well selling your ideas right now. I'm telling you, you're very well selling your ideas. So you're saying that. So go ahead.
I can do this, but to say buy my book, it's very difficult for me to do that. I don't know how to do that. And you always tell us that there's ugly in the beginning and messy in the middle and beautiful in the end. Absolutely. I am still in the U of ugly, so I still have to go through UGLY and then come to messy. So great. I think that is a very difficult journey that I have to make. Make myself do marketing and be serious about marketing because it requires work. Marketing requires work, it requires dedication, and I need to do that. Absolutely. So that is a challenge. Yes.
Got it. So listeners, look at this. There is a wonderful quote which goes like this: everything is difficult before it becomes easy. So Ratna was thinking publishing was difficult initially, so she did that. I mean, most people think that they need to just write a book. Somebody else has to come out and they need to publish their book, and it's their responsibility to sell their book. But the trend is changing. Now, Ratna, you earlier thought publishing might be difficult, but you are like a tech-savvy person, so you did that. So marketing, I mean, of course, Robin Sharma's wonderful quote, as you said, everything is ugly in the beginning, messy in the middle, and beautiful at the end. So publishing journey had become beautiful for you, and I'm very, very hopeful that sincere people like you will make the marketing thing also sorted out. Yes. So wonderful, great to have this discussion with you.
Can I talk about your AFN journey?
Absolutely, yes. Why not? Yes, please go ahead.
One thing that stands out in this is generosity. It's your generosity. That's what I feel, because your courses, the courses that you hand out in the beginning and the weekly sessions, there is an atmosphere of I'm ready to give, a generosity. There is attention and time. Nowadays, people are easily give money, but parting with attention and time is a very difficult thing. People don't do that. And I think that is a culture that you have developed in AFH. And because of that, other members also are generous. So we just put in a query or we put in a book cover and say, what is it? And immediately you get 4-5 responses and sometimes 10-15 responses, what you can do, how you can do, you can contact me. I know somebody, there's always help. And this atmosphere of generosity is wonderful. And this attention and time that you give triggered this book that is coming out on 16th, where parents cannot just give a cell phone or a tablet and tell the child to be busy. I think they should give time and attention, and the book will help them to give the time and attention.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, Ratna, first of all, I'm grateful that you are feeling like this. See, I tell at my master classes, my webinars, that I'm not here to do some transaction. I'm here to build connection. So today we are speaking and you are on your own telling about my community. So word of mouth is something which is the biggest marketing.
Yes.
So, and I believe that time is the most important asset in today's time and age, because money can come, money can go, but time is nothing but life. So you people are giving me a couple of ₹1,000 initially, but after that you are investing your time into it. So I need to ensure that everybody who is coming to this community, if they get out with the feeling of becoming a published author, and the bigger mission is that if all of us who has, like, you are such an experienced person, if this book wouldn't have come out of your head, so many people would have been deprived of this knowledge which you are possessing in your head. And now anybody in the world can just look at this book and they can learn how to build better engagement with people. So this is my mission of empowering authors. So, and I'm grateful, I'm happy that people like you are giving this kinds of words to this community, and this is what I wanted. Thank you so much for your wonderful words. So amazing. So let me ask you something more. Now, what is your, you already told about AFH program. Now, there are listeners of this, there are watchers of this video. Some are people who are watching it for the perspective of simply like how to better engage with the student and how to do well-being. Some are the people who are watching me and you for the purpose of understanding that whether they can become a writer, whether they can publish a book. Is it possible for them? So now you are also an author now, right? So you tell the other budding authors, if they are struggling in writing, in publishing, what kind of advice you want to give to them? Would you tell them that their dreams are like they can forget those dreams, or is it something worth trying? Tell them some advice, piece of advice which they should follow.
A piece of advice. Yeah. Okay. I think if you have the dream of publishing your book, you should. You should. And because writing helps us to get clarity. Whether you want to publish a book or not, writing is good for you, because writing helps us to get clarity. It makes us understand our thoughts. Right. We understand where we want to go. So that's a good thing. A writing is good thing. And when you give it a structure, when you decide that you're writing a book, then you're structuring it. You're giving it chapters. You are exactly trying to find out how much more can I know? What more can I learn about this topic? And then how can I write it? So that's very doable. It's doable if you are committed to it and if you're prepared to give the work required, the time required for it. If you are really invested, you can, anybody can, you can. But like I said, it requires you to be there and do it. It's like, you face the ball and hit it. You just have to hit it. Yes, you have to keep hitting it. You have to be at the wicket. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Henry Ford once said that if you think you can do it, you are right. If you think you can't do it, then also you're right.
Then also you're right.
Yeah, because thoughts becomes things, as Buddha said. So now, yes, wonderful. And see, if there's another quote which I just remember. See, if something is important to you, you will make it happen. If something is not that important, you'll make some or other excuse. So thank you so much, Ratna, for this wonderful discussion we had today. And watchers of this video, please, if you are someone who is thinking of writing a book and who is postponing the dreams, then I have something very special. Some video link is there down this video. You can click at the link and it's a free mini training watch that video, and you can be part of the community if you are ready for that. And Ratna's book, Teaching Online Strategies, that is available as a link in the video below. So you can, if you are a teacher, if you want to engage students well, then this book is containing a wealth of information in terms of connecting better relationship in this Zoom classes age. In the Zoom classes age, when you want to connect with the students at the heart level and make them engage, then this is the book we should put your hands on. So thank you so much, Ratna, for being here. Before we part the ways, I mean, as a senior person you are, would you like to give some parting piece of advice to the audience? Just one last parting piece of advice, so that we could leave with that.
Um, my parting piece of advice is just one word. It's acceptance. Accept the people around you. Accept the world around you.
Wonderful.
Accept your dreams.
Yes.
Accept the hard work required to achieve your dream. And that will bring you joy, and that will make your life worthwhile. So
amazing.
acceptance is mine.
Amazing. This, what a spiritual end to this session. I really enjoyed learning from you, Ratna, and great to have in the community. And everybody, if you want to have more such kind of videos, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and if you have some teachers, friends, or somebody you want to share this video with, please feel free to share with them and leave your comments below the video. I'll come back with next episode of Author Transformation Stories with another author of the IFH community. And if you want to become that author in this community, then please join us. Okay. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.